It's a great pleasure to welcome all of you to this powerful learning session titled Balancing Knowledge with Intelligence, a Pathway to High Performance, Resilience, and Mental Well-being. We live in a world that constantly rewards knowledge. How much we know, how fast we work, how technically skilled we are. But many of us are starting to realize that knowing more isn't always the same as performing better or feeling fulfilled or even staying mentally strong in the long run. That's where today's conversation comes in. We'll be exploring how true intelligence goes far beyond just IQ. It includes how we manage our emotions, how we stay connected to our inner purpose and values, and how we collaborate and build synergy with others. When these four elements work together, we become more than just productive. We become resilient, purpose driven, and also high performing in a much deeper sense. And to walk us through this incredibly powerful topic, we are honored to have someone with both the academic knowledge and the lived experience, Mr. Sampath Alutpadamendike. Sampath is a PhD student at the School of Business, University of Waikato, New Zealand, specializing in organizational behavior, high performance teams, and diversity and inclusion. With over 2 decades of global HR leadership experience across Sri Lanka, UK, South Africa, and New Zealand, he brings a rare combination of academic insight and practical wisdom. He's certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt holder, and also he has facilitated more than 150 workshops internationally. Sampath is also a respected visiting lecturer and a trusted consultant in leadership development and mental well-being. We are truly privileged to have Sampath with us today. Before handover, I just want to make a few housekeeping notes. Please keep your microphones muted during the presentation. And also, if you have any question, please drop them into the chat box. And also, we will have a Q&A session at the end. All right, let's dive in. Please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to Sampath. Sampath, over to you.
All right, welcome. Welcome everyone for PMSS, the webinar series. And I'm privileged and honored to be here as a faculty member as well as the visiting lecturer for the academy. And Nadia has given me a little bit of my introduction about myself. I'm currently playing a dual role as academia and as well as research, and I'm more involved into HR consultation, training, and high performance coaching. Right, today's topic is more relevant to both your life as well as your corporate career, because knowledge, and we are trying to understand what is knowledge is all about and how intelligent support to uplift and upskills your knowledge, and how the knowledge and intelligence work together to make your pathways to high performance and resilience and mental well-being or whatever happiness in your life. So that is all about the topic today, and I will cover a couple of areas in this today's webinar. I'll start with this quote from Albert Einstein. Once he said, like, I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interactions. The world will have a generation of idiots. So that was his statement. What does it mean? So it means that he says, I'm fear about the technology advancements at the moment. Like, you can see that technology is reaching it's the peak right now, and as a result of there are couple of good things as well as some bad effects also of the human interactions. Human interactions become neutral right now. So, and that has been limited by technology advancement and technology making people more lazy and technology keeping people away each other. And we are not, dealing with human interactions. So there are a lot of things happening around the world. So yeah, so moving forward with this quote, So I will explain right now what is all about today's topic. So I used iceberg to explain exactly what we are going to discuss. So this is very easy way to explain you guys, you know. So you can see here's a surface level, right? It's surface level here, and you can see the top of the iceberg. So I said it's a surface level, and you can see, um, yeah. So this is a deeper level. So we discuss about what is surface level and what is the deeper level. What is the difference, right? So we talk about something about IQ, and then we talk about EQ, CI, CQ, and all about jargons. But I'll explain you what exactly it is. All right. And further down we call SQ, right? If you just imagine this is the zero level, right? So when technology is improving in this way, it's more into positive way. What happens was like the relationships or the values is decreasing in this way, and you can see the gap, right? Gap is widening. So that's mean when the world is developing into more into IQ, and your relationships, your value systems going to move widen, you know, so going away from that. So that is a problem. The one problem why human interaction is so complex at the moment. One is technology, and technology is more into IQ, you know, and it's your brain, you know. Um, so a lot of research has been done, you know, so why humanity versus technology, which is always why it is paradoxing, you know, it's a kind of, there's a paradox effect on these two. And now into more tech era. So you and me always we prefer to work in tech, and people is tech savvy. If you take younger generations, most tech savvy. But I kind of found that in our organizations, there are a lot of issues with human interactions because of tech and human relationships. The gaps is widening each year, and people are moving away from the relationships, you know, the value systems, and they are more towards to tech and IQ systems. So, but still, and a lot of organizations are struggling to achieve high performance and innovation, sometimes relationships of humans. So even though you get some AI to your work, but still human cannot fully, you know, replaced in that area. So that's one of the reasons so why technology sometimes become disadvantage, and there are many advantages, but still you have to balance these two. That's what we're going to discuss today in detail. You know, if I take this is the Sri Lankan examples. Don't take anything very personal. It's not political legend, ideology, or any no religious effects on that. And we are not talking about Sri Lankan issues, but this is the reality of, if I take some figures from Sri Lankan context, you know, and Sri Lanka is known for its high literacy rate. It is 15,000 persons, so it's 92% 64 of adults population age 15 years and above in Sri Lanka are able to read and write. So because it's literacy, right? So yeah, which is bit high in Asian countries. In Sri Lanka, that's mean our education is good and people can read and write, at least 92% of people and population, which is 15 million right at the moment. Yeah, however, but yeah, it was declared bankrupt in 2022, and 1,351 deaths reported in 1,275 fatal crashes in this year. Like it's a 6 month time, 2025, you know, 1,251 people died on the roads. And we are an island, and we import rice, very recently salt as well. Yeah. But look at this figure, the top one, 92%, 69 to almost 92%, 93% of people are educated, can read and write, you know. And you can touch your heart and ask your efficiency. and your company productivity, whatever, is it good enough? And currently, in Sri Lanka, there is 200 heart attacks per day reported at the moment. 200 per day. The cancer, the diabetes is consistently increasing year on year. Ministry of Education and Sri Lanka Police are labeled as most corrupted departments. Most corrupted departments. It was police before, and Ministry of Education took it over and said I want to first place. So if the education rate is 92%, but education medicine is most corrupted. You see, so this is data. And recently, brain drain. So a lot of people are moving out of the country, and so it's not a country problem. So we have to see. Don't take anything personal. So we are talking about the overall picture. There are many issues. I just pop it couple of areas that to bring to your attention. We have to ask question why it is, what the reason for that. We are talking about knowledge and intelligence today, right? So I'll take some examples. Actually, these names appear, don't worry, because I got through for the internet. All names are, appeared on the articles, newspapers, and websites. So found guilty of killing the young woman, a garment factory worker at the hospital in the town of Negombo 2007. This is one of the doctors, because why I'm taking this, and we believe in Sri Lanka doctors, those people who are doing science are the more IQ very high. So they, in order to go to medical college in Sri Lanka, they have to get 3 A's and top class brainy guys who are trying to become doctors, so they are well much brainy. But the guy who's just become a doctor and was found guilty of killing young woman, right? In 2027 is garment factory worker in hospital in Negombo. You know this case, yeah? The Bambalapiti police has arrested the young doctor attached to the Trincomalee hospital. So why I've taken these 3 doctors? Because I can find there are many intellectually uh, high people, but these are the more intellectually high people, more IQ actually. If you take in Sri Lankan context, this cruise ship is Costa Concordia. That was sink in the scene in the voyage. This is a cruise ship, and this captain was sentenced for a couple of years in the jail because he had some good affair with this lady, and she has told the captain, I want to see, when this traveling, I want to see the small island, and he has changed his navigations to show that small island, and it was collided, and into the big stone there, and that was sink, and there are many people who has died from there. um that is one of the captains, so he forgot about his job, right? So we'll move to next one on this recent case. Yeah, I don't know, still report yet to come, but somebody says this guy switch off the switch, somebody says a Boeing problem, any of these IQ problems. So 264 people died on the spot. um if this guy has done it, he's so clever guy. His IQ level is very high, yeah. Highly educated people, yeah. Question is, how could someone of such obvious high intelligence do something like this? I took 3 doctors cases, one cruise captain, and also some pilots. The we call IQ is very high. The top positions, highly paid jobs. And how could someone of such behaviors occurs? How could some of such obvious intelligence guys, do something like this? So emotional intelligence is being intelligent. You are being intelligent, you're being aware, you're so conscious, and you're so excited, and you feel about your feelings, right? That we call emotional intelligence. That is better than a IQ. So this is the big topic, and you can talk like 5 days, 6 days, So, but I short it down. So emotional intelligence, there are many areas of that. It's your self-regulation and how you manage yourself and your social skills and how you work with the social, we call social intelligence, and your self-awareness, your understanding, your reflection, who you are, and empathy, understand others and others emotions, and the motivation. So those are the kind of 4 dimensions, 5 dimensions of the emotional intelligence. You can read online about this too much, but what I'm going to try to sell is not that. I will come back to quickly. um, this emotional intelligence, and this has been discussed by Buddha, like how many decades back, and this knowledge, the Western, they took this knowledge from Buddhism, and especially from India and Sri Lankan context. So this guy has written the book based on this observation and research based on those activities. Yeah, it's more about science actually. So your brain neurosity, or it could be kind of your emotional intelligence, because your spiritual intelligence, and how this has been connected to the world. So this is kind of small thing. I will just play a couple of minutes. I cannot play everything, but you can just understand what it says.
දේශය ගැන අපි ගොඩාක් කාලා තියෙනවා, ගොඩාක් කතා කළා අපි. දේශය තුළ තියෙන අදිසි ද්වේෂය. ඒකට කියනවා අදිසි කෝපය, ඉක්මන්තරාය.
Right. It's a big video clip, right? So what I want to say, the fundamentals of this knowledge and the intelligence combination is you can take back to couple of decades, and that's come from even the Buddhism, and this is the most scientific method. So if you want to really understand this, your context, and how you can support your IQ by developing your different intelligences, um, your self-awareness about your emotions is most matters. So most people are so successful. People take the top class entrepreneurs, for the business people, or for the artists, or the cricketers, football, whatever, the top people, high performance people. So, and though in the team players, they have developed both their emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence, plus they're supporting that intelligence to your IQ level. So the people who have only go for schools and getting degrees and doing a better job, it doesn't mean that they are good team players, and you cannot make sure that with them you'll be able to make high performance teams. So you have to understand you underneath the pressure that coming from there, and how you can balance that one. So what I want to tell you, like quickly, to take away, right? I will take you through. Okay, I'll play small this. Okay, time is limited, but I can play this small song. Okay, listen to this song, and මම මේක සිංහලෙන් කියන්න. මේ සින්දුවේ ඔයා හොඳට අහලා මේකෙන් ඔයාට quickly හිතට වදින වචනයක් මට මේ ටග්ලා chat box එකට දාන්න. මේ සින්දුවේ quickly ඔයාට මොකද්ද හිතට වදින්නේ කියලා. Then I can understand your level of emotional intelligence, or whatever your emotional part of intelligence into that, right? Quickly මේක මම විනාඩියක් play කරන්න.
හාල්ලටයක් ගෙදර නෑ සති දෙකක් තිස්සේ අපේ ඇස්වල කඳුළු නෑ නෑදෑයෝ දෙක්කේ.
It's most touchy, touchy couple of words. What kind of words that most touch your heart? Then what making take home what I want to tell you, so we discuss about what is the Western is talk about IQ and EQ, what is Eastern, like Buddhism is talking about that, and how you can improve that, and how sports and your education, and working together to improve your emotional intelligence or the intelligence levels, right? So, and this theory is developed by myself, right? This is not belong to anybody else, So this I have tested that theory. I'm practicing that. I'm always supporting my coaching sessions, and my most of research is based on this theory. This theory is right. If you take S, we call stimulus, or we call the signals, or whatever, that's coming from the environment for you, right? So we call stimulus. This R is your response. R is your response, yeah. O is outcome. That means S plus R equal to O. O mean your outcome. So this intelligence level, if you are a more intelligent person, if your emotional intelligence is so high, people cannot do anything with the stimuli, because you know what happens to you cannot, you cannot do anything with that. That is beyond your control, right? The අපි කියමු ඔයාට මේ S එක කියන්නේ environment and ඔයාට එන feed and whatever the problems beyond your control, yeah, you can't control. Even that emotions comes to you, maybe you want to feel sad, or you get cry, you feel frustrated or whatever, those emotions, and you can control actually. So it's natural, yeah, that S is natural, but R is not natural, yeah. So you have to, this is the where you have to develop your skills. Make a skill එක. මේ R එක develop කරන එක skill එකක්. ඒ R එක තමයි ඔයාගේ outcome එක තීරණය කරන්නේ. ඔයාගේ happiness, ඔයාගේ resilient, ඔයාගේ relationships, ඔයාගේ the rich, the poor, the ඔයා happy, the unhappy, the ඔක්කොම තීරණය ඕ කියන එක. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයාට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන අර wisdom එක මම අර කිව්ව iceberg එකේ යටට එන්න ඔයා එක develop කරාම ඔයාට මේ respond කරන එකේ ඔයා respond කරන්නේ මේ ඕ එක දැනගෙන. ඒ කියන්නේ outcome එක දැනගෙන ඔයා respond කරන්න. අපි කියමු කවුරු කෙනෙක් ඔයාට බැන්න කියලා. ඒක S අකුර ස්ටිමුලයි එකක් වෙනවා. ඔයාට බැන්න කවුරුහට කෙනෙක්. එතකොට ඔයා ඒකට respond කරන්නේ outcome එක දැනගෙන. මේකට කියනවා 30 second window කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ respond කරන්න අපිට තියෙන 30 second window. ඒ කියන්නේ 30 second වලින් තමයි ඔයා ඔයාගේ චරිතේ, ඔයාගේ resilient, ඔයා professional manager කෙනෙක්ද, ඔයා හොඳ අම්මා කෙනෙක්ද, තාත්තා කෙනෙක්ද, හොඳ boss කෙනෙක්ද, ඔක්කොම තීරණය වෙන්නේ අර 30 second වලින්. Yeah. ඒ 30 second එක මේ 30 second ඔයාට improve කරන්න, I think you have to work like 10 years. Right, on emotional your intelligence levels. It's not easy, right? If you take the Buddhism, you have to go meditation, mindfulness training, and you have to do a lot of work to develop this R. This is called response, right? Make it critical එක. Now ඔක දැන් මේ ඒකට කියනවා the power of response කියලා. දැන් මේ power of response තමයි ඔයාගේ outcome එක තීරණය වෙන්නේ. Who you are. Your intelligence level, ඔය IQ develop වෙන්නේ, ඔය IQ support කරන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාගේ මේ environmental එන S එකට R එකට විතරයි ඔයාට control එකක් තියෙන්නේ. ඔයාට outcome එක control එකක් නැහැ. ඔයාට S එකේ control එකක් නැහැ. එන ඔයාට control එක තියෙන්නේ R එකේ. So make sure that we are working on this R part. So this is a formula, right? S plus R equal to O. You have no control over S, but you do have control on R. But still you have to develop a lot of skills how to respond, yeah? How to respond on that, how to understand, because you get emotions, and how to respond for that, which decide and your outcome, yeah? This is your base. There are many techniques, delay gratification. One technique ඒ කියන්නේ මේක දැන් අපි අපිට සන්තෝෂය වැඩි වෙන එක පොඩ්ඩක් delay කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන අපිට. ඒක delay කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒක respond level එක. And self-regulation karna, meditate karna, mindfulness, all Western people are doing this one right now. So why? They know this R is so important in their life, right? R is more important in your life. Yeah. Since time is so close now, I will tell you one exercise to go and do this. If you take a screenshot, you can take screenshot as well. This is a emotional bank account. So you have to keep records on this. I know you got a lot of bank accounts, but this is a different bank accounts. We call emotional bank account, right? You put the date here, and withdrawals and deposits. I mean, normally bank accounts we like deposits, right? You like deposit. Deposits mean your positive part of it. How you respond positively. How do you feel comfortable, feel happy? Your well-being is very good. So write down whatever deposits you do with your people, with yourself, your colleagues, your bosses, maybe your family, whatever, whoever, right? What kind of deposit you did, they feel more comfortable, right? And what kind of withdrawal you did also. Okay, maybe you have some act such a way, we call it withdrawal. I mean, this is more negative part, and it's you're feeling bad, you're feeling anxious, depression, lot of things happening because of that. You fill that one, the emotional bank account, and then only you can understand where's my deposits. That is your good part of it. Where's my withdrawals? So we have to work in withdrawals right now. So that is where you have to develop your R, what I said before here. This R is based on this emotional bank account actually. If you understand your withdrawals, especially, yeah, then you can develop your R. All right. I think this is a bit complex, but what I'm saying, like, very simplified. Understand your this theory. You have to practice this one. That is, you need a lot of coaching, a lot of self-awareness, regulations, intelligence level improvements. You know, your IQ, SQ, cultural intelligence. There are many intelligence types you develop, right? That's support your outcome, your performance, your well-being, your resilience, your happiness, everything. Yeah, everything depend on you are. Very simple theory. Yeah, all right, you got it. And thank you very much for those who are participating. I really appreciate, and I would thank you very much for PMSS Academy. PMSS Academy, to be honest, is one of the leading company in Sri Lanka, recently established, and the company is trying to build, bridge the gaps between the reality and the practical this into a context, such as manufacturing sectors. People can participate, and they are launching diploma program very recently. Please do join with that. I'm sure that you get top class lecturers in Sri Lanka and overseas exposure experience will share with you guys. You will be guided to next level of a career. I'm sure that. And once again, thank you very much, PMSS Academy. It's honor to be here. And yeah, I can give a couple of minutes to I don't know, Nadi, you got some time so for question and answers or something like that. Thank you very much for everyone.